What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty do.
Oh, man, you got me with that right hook. Guys, if you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about your favorite project. If it is a Veve project, you are happy that you found this video. Also, become a VIP member, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. You get one of these stars next to your name. Each star comes with more entries into the giveaways at the end of the month. We just did a giveaway yesterday. Congrats to all the winners for that in the SUP program. Also, we gave away a star in the universe. Shout out to Justin who won that.
Crypto's Classic.
Crypto's Classic. Lots of big giveaway. Definitely go check out the video from yesterday. See if you won, if you were not there. Also, follow us on X. Follow us on Instagram. Be in the Discord. Join the Discord. And that's where we have all our utility channels where you have to let us know what you did for your entries in the giveaway. So very important to be in the Discord. The SUP, we just talked about this, end of every single month. You earn some stars throughout the month doing different things. What can you do to earn stars? Become a VIP member. We just talked about that. If you mint any Cryptoys with our link is in the description. We are ambassadors for Cryptoys. You will get entries into the giveaway. Also, if you purchase any hats, right now that's our merch, you'll get entries. And if you do not win, so if you did not win in October, half of your entries are rolled over into the November draw. And also, I think yesterday, what was there? 5 people won from the rollover from September.
Yeah, we got like 5 people actually won. That's why, guys, a superstar utility program at this point, I have to say, it may actually be the most utility in like the space. Like we're doing more giveaways on this channel than I think the actual companies themselves. And like we know companies like Veve hold like 90 of them back, and we're still outpacing them on the giveaways. So make sure you guys, if you are going to use the Cryptoys affiliate link, because you want to buy Cryptoys anyways, just use our link and let us know in the Discord. You might win. If you're a VIP because you want to support the channel anyways, you might get stars. That might win. A lot of VIP winners, right?
VIP just $2.99 a month, and there was a couple of them last night. So I mean, I think they won the hats that were worth like 35. So pretty good turnover.
Yeah, good turnover for sure.
Who Wants to Be a No Millionaire? This Sunday, we are wrapping it up. Somebody will get $1 million owe me. Today, Rob and I, we moved the money, or we didn't move it, but we made sure that it was around. Obviously, when you're using MetaMask, you have to make sure that all the right tokens are important and all that. So that's there now. Also, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a live stream. It's going to be interactive, and we're going to meet some of the finalists for the first time. So really excited for that as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys check it out. And we're giving away 1 million OMI, and we're going to accomplish our dream to give away 1 million OMI.
Yep. Okay, so let us pull up the news here quickly. We haven't done the news in a few days, so it should be a fun one for all you news lovers. Whoops.
Let's do the news. Let's do the news.
Hinano and D had like this whole screen thing that went over when they did the news on their channel the other day. Maybe we got to do one of those. But this was the last time that we did the news. And it was a live stream that Rob did when he pulled the Ultra Grail Luke, which turned into a 22-hour stream of Luke Skywalker staring at the stream and us jumping in and on here and there. But really, really fun to do that.
Now, that was a fateful day. That was a fateful day. Wow.
There was also a BOGO that ended. It is now over for Star Wars Volume Number 2. That ended on midnight of November 1st, so yesterday. And we have a giveaway still. I think this is until tomorrow. So if you want to enter that, go to this tweet here, Star Wars Volume 2 giveaway, and fill in that form. And there's 3 people who are going to win max mint of 5 cubes from Star Wars Volume 2. So definitely go and do that. If you haven't, you have one more day. So if you thought you missed the BOGO, this might be your next best chance.
These BOGOs are the way to go, by the way. I love BOGOs right now. Again, they're still in development. There's not much utility available right now other than the Ultra Grail Club itself. So you might as well take advantage of these BOGO deals while they're away. It's the best way to reward early users. It's way better. People talk about lack of liquidity. I do not agree. BOGO deals are the way to go. Rewards early users, higher chances at Grails, higher chances at Ultra Grails.
Also, this space is over here. They're asking us if we're burning out. Absolutely not. We post every day. Keep calm, right. Stack on. Congrats to him. He was the one who won a Starboy for the pumpkin carving contest. We did the spin of the wheel on the 22-hour stream. So there you go. Shout out to Keep Calm, Stack On. He appreciates it. And now he is finally a Starboy holder. We're happy that he has one.
Welcome to the club.
Jimbo Lee Lingo, great friend of the channel. He ended up getting an Ultra Grail not ultra rare. Sorry, in the project's confused. Ultra rare of Iron Man Funko. So shout out to you. He's got the silver and black.
Yeah, and just reminding me of this, Evolve. We gotta give him a Starboy as well for being the winner of Club 424.
Yep, yeah, Evolved. You're gonna have to reach out to us with your ETH address, but we'll get in touch with you for sure.
Yeah.
This is we're just letting people know whenever we jump up. Now, this project's starting to really intrigue me. Okay, we have the digital shoe. This is for the Artifact project.
That's what we have.
And we bought a couple of the vials. Now, we have forged the digital shoe, so we are going to get the physical shoe.
Right.
And now they're doing something where you forge the vials to get a physical vial, which will be able to go into the shoe.
Joe, I'm telling you, man, I have a hunch here. That vial will actually change that shoe in physical world.
They're saying it doesn't. That from what I've read, but I feel like they might be bluffing. We'll find out.
If it doesn't, then all you can do is just insert it in the shoe, and that's it.
So in the digital format, what happens is if you have one vial or two vials or three vials, there's different levels. There's Evo 1, Evo 2, Evo 3. And they were releasing them, they were leaking them one at a time. So that they released the demon ones, they released the robot one you saw earlier. And there's a bunch you're going to see coming up because I just was retweeting like crazy. But shout out to Steve Evie, by the way. He ended up buying a couple of Starboys off the floor. He couldn't figure out how to purchase from OpenSea, so he sent the Matic over, and we sent them directly to his wallet from OpenSea.
Wow,
but
he got a super rare one. Wow.
The one thing over here is this was second from the floor, and it's got the most rare background. It's got one of the rarest T-shirts, and it's got the 1 in 50 desk. So, I mean, shout out to him for that snag.
I feel bad for you guys. If you guys are, I don't know who sold that, but if you guys are flooring your Starboys, you guys should really take a look at this Excel to see which Starboys are rare. But yeah, I mean, at least superstars are selling them, and therefore superstars are benefiting from the sale.
He also changed his profile picture, so I mean, now you can recognize him anywhere.
Yeah, I like it.
So we also put out a bunch of tweets, which we may or may not make videos on. Just wanted to get some sentiment. They did pretty well. They got a lot of engagement, and it was, what could Veve Official improve on? Let us know below. What could Cryptoids improve on? Let us know below.
Yeah.
So 4,000 and 3,000 impressions. I mean, pretty interesting to see that. Also, Luke was still holding it down at this point. You see how much news we've done, and Luke was just there chilling out.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't. Every time I look at this photo now, the song just runs through my head from StreamYard. Those songs are fire. Those songs are so fire.
And if you're wondering, we did unwrap him. So there, maybe we'll pull some clips of the unwrapping and all that, because I know a lot of people are cringing, but no, we wanted to be one of the first ever to unwrap an Ultra Girl on demand.
Yep, unwrapped Ultra Girl Club.
Yep, this is over as well. The Real Uncommon podcast did the raffle. We actually won something. We won the DC pack. So that excited to see when that comes in, and maybe we'll use some of that for giveaways as well. Yep. But definitely like to keep some things from our friends to keep as memories. So further to the earlier question, we said, what can they improve on? We asked, what is your favorite part of Veve Official? What is your favorite part of Cryptoids? The Veve one did pretty well. This one's, you know what, they did pretty okay. Decent engagement. Some people went in there and left negative comments, so we already advised you that we would be deleting them because we have another thread for that. We wanted to kind of separate it and kind of get idea. And if anybody from the team,
put your negative comments in the negative thread. Keep us organized here, guys.
That's what we're trying to, like a file, right? We don't like the whatever. Anyway, it is what it is. Now this is pretty cool. This is some AR just coming through the computer, right?
That is so sick. Incredible.
You got to follow some of these AR guys. Like Ian Curtis, one of them. He's always showing like next level stuff. So
that is next level.
I think Mo Knows is going to need to do this with the skull on the next.
This is taking like 3D movies to like a whole new level.
Yeah. Awesome.
Crazy.
Gamesodes. So Gamesodes, they are opening their marketplace on November 7th. We had them on the channel. Shout out to Davis. Shout out to Agnes. Thank you guys for coming in. I think Rob actually received the physicals today.
Yeah, I should have brought them upstairs. I don't have them with me right now.
But okay, we'll show them off. But we got some physical Inspector Gadget cards. Pretty cool stuff from the Genesis collection. So excited about that.
We're OGs now.
This is really cool too. So shout out to Comics and Crypto for finding this. But this is Super Mario in AR in your living room, and you know how we feel about AR here. But they
talk about the tabletop games all the time. Like this is exactly what we're looking for. Get rid of that Switch, get rid of that
Yeah.
that Nintendo, and just go straight full blown AR with the glasses. That's sick.
Now imagine that, like, instead of it being this way as a scroller, it was like you're Mario when you're running into into things in your room or whatever. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look at this.
Very
Insane smooth too.
Yeah, so cool. So excited to see how that progresses.
Yeah.
We were on Danny the Bull stream, actually part of the inspiration behind today's video, about a couple of the topics that we spoke about over there. Feel like we should talk about on our channel as well.
Yeah.
Ultra Girls were flying off the shelves when we pulled ours. Buck Jester getting another one. I mean, he has about 530 of them now at this point. So shout out to you. Got the mall. We still haven't gotten our first mall.
This, I don't know, Mr. Buckchester over here. He just sucks up Ultra Grails like crazy. He just has somehow the juju. He's an Ultra Grail juju master. At every single drop, he's coming with one of these screenshots. And usually it's not just one. That's what's nuts. Usually it's a number of them that he ends up getting.
He's the juju magnet. That's what that's what he is. Shout out to Lori, Queen Veve. She's doing a charity where David Yu has given away a gold and silver logo and the card. I think it's unredeemed card. So that's a charity auction. I think it ends on Thanksgiving in the US. So Thursday, November 23rd. You have to email your highest bid to Queen's Court Charity. So if you didn't think there was any left, there are some gold and silver logos left, at least one, and you can bid it on it over here, and it's for a good cause.
Very cool, very cool. And that's kind of like the milestone utility for Veve. So
yeah,
nice to have one of these being given away.
No Bull show that we were on yesterday, and there it is. So you want to go check it out. You can see what we talked about over there, a little bit longer form.
I think it was a good discussion we had over there.
Yep. Yesterday we announced we did that, and then we went and we announced winners on our utility. So busy day yesterday.
Oh yeah, lots. We love giving away stuff on the channel, so we gave away I think close to $250 worth of prizes, and this is what we like doing every single day, every single month. So
yeah, we try to keep it relative with how the channel is doing as well. So I mean, some months are better, some months are worse, but still we try to keep it decent. Try to spread it around through the projects as best we can.
Yep, exactly.
This is what I was talking about. So they posted this. This is basically like the evolutions of the shoes, and it's live now, so you can actually evolve your digital shoes right now.
Right.
And then I think there's going to be a way to adapt it to the physical at some point, but we're learning as we go here, and this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And now then they came out with all the rarities. So we have actually this one here, the last one. So that would be with one vial. This is with 2 vials, and this is with 3 vials, which we are able to obtain that one there.
I have to say, I think ours is the nicest one, but because of the Superstar Money colors, that top left or the middle left one would be kind of nice too.
Yeah, that is cool.
Straight up cotton candy. Yeah.
The Murricana or whatever it's called. Yeah, no, they are very cool. That is one of the most rare ones though, and it's probably like multiple thousands of dollars.
Of course, it makes sense. It has the best colors.
It does. And then this thread here actually is really cool. It's alpha about the patent. So I don't know. I actually want to show this off because they have a patent behind this technology.
This was interesting post.
Yeah. So here's the proof of the patent and the vial concept. So you can see that they have the vial entry. This is the Nike and Artifact patent.
Right.
And the third one shows that there's different attributes such as jump, speed, and acceleration. So what the heck does that mean?
Yeah. Is there going to be gamification? Like
it must be, right?
That sounds like gamification.
Then it says, now here we can see a basketball game. It looks like Artifact is building a game associated with the dunks. And
has to, right?
So that's pretty cool. I mean,
but that makes sense. If there's attributes like speed and acceleration, there has to be.
And then this is just people like going through the extra mile to see the patents and learn about the project, right? And and here you go, the final image, just to show, because some people disagree that the silhouette might be a different shoe from these other pages, but this is in the same package, and you can see clearly this is the shoe that they're talking about. So
deep went deep. He went deep.
I was gonna say that's actually what I was gonna write. This is deep, but
I like his thinking.
And I know, congrats, he won the Crypto Ice Classic from the SUP. So I think he's giving it to the kid, which is pretty cool to hear.
Very nice, very nice. It's funny because D wanted it. D wanted it,
but
she got passed over.
And if you want to buy any Crypto Ice, link is at the top of our X profile. So Rob, why don't you pull up what you got there, and let's talk about it.
Well, first of all, we went on Danny the Bull stream. We had a great talk there. You guys should go check it out. But we wanted to just bring some of these topics forward. I mean, this interview did have a few things that we could discuss. We personally felt that there wasn't much new things that we felt were exciting, but there's a couple things that we talked about on Danny the Bull stream briefly, and we're gonna go over it. And we're gonna give you our thoughts on this. And the first one has to do with the vision of the Viviverse.
Thank you. So number one, a great question. Number one, Viviverse was never actually part of our original journey. We thought about it, but with the money that we had in the bank, there was just no way we could even compete. Many of you out there will know, there are companies out there, multinational, who spend billions of dollars. I mean, we are no blind, or we're not trying to pretend that we're going to reinvent what some of these guys do when they have billions in hand. But what we found when Veve was launched, that the Veve Vault, as you know, in the app.
All trees are 50% off in my
Oh no!
Great deals on Christmas trees.
Let me mute that.
What?
Yeah, no, we got hit with the ad.
We got hit with the ad.
And today is one of our highest engagement. Only last week, we were presenting it to one of our licensors on our actual user time in that vault. It's a quite significant time period what average user use in that vault. And because what we believe, the UGC, what we call it, the user generated content, and many of the social media out there, including TikTok, going down to Instagram, they use these user generated content, including what we're doing right now on live on YouTube, or when you upstream it. These are all user generated content. They become newsworthy to share. We always knew when you have a great viral user generated content, it's going to reach more in the mid-cat effect. As you probably know, the idea is that once you watch it, you use it, someone else use it, and they share it, and it gets to a scale. What Veve's intention was that you have a beautiful vault, and that's where you really want to display. And many of you in your background, you have display similar to what I have. That we wanted to add another new layer when technology was coming, and when the announcement of the Apple Pro version, and obviously we have seen Oculus, and we have heard that Google's bringing out something as competitive as what Apple may be presenting to the world. Once you put on these AR or mixed reality glasses, you want to see digital layers. And what it was important is that for us to keep up with that technology as it become more available. And what we wanted really is to ensure that the vault that you have becomes your home. So unlike any other metaverse out there where they try to achieve something really grand scale, Veve is actually trying to bring out segments of it. We're breaking them down. So we're not going to be presenting to you a world of theme parks or a whole world of beautiful landscape and house property you could buy. Instead, we're going to be giving you that bigger scale of that Veve vault, what we call home, to start with. We will monitor, we will track to ensure that the user experience and the virality goes out before we open up the next stage in the Viveverse. And the point is that you don't want to be in the Viveverse and expecting to see thousands of your friends in there, because that's one of the barriers right now, is that if you're in the New York time, I'm in New Zealand time, someone else in Canadian time. And
what do you think, Joe? We should cut it right there for now, because that is completely not what I envisioned the Viveverse to be. He talked about how the vault, the home space, is intended to be what they're targeting for their Viveverse. and not these kind of big metaverses with lots of people. It's kind of be outside of that. So it's sort of confirming the criticism that the Vverse is actually going to be really nothing more than a glorified vault. And it's a bit unfortunate because like they talked about gamification. This is the part it's just so confusing on what's going on the Vverse side, because they talked about gamification in Q4 at the beginning of the year. We're now in Q4 and we're not going to have that. We don't have anything at this point, just some beta testers. Like, how are you going to get gamification if you are just providing people with just a home space?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really hoping that he just didn't communicate well what he's trying to say, and that what he means is first phase coming out is just going to be home space, and then after that we're going to get into the parks and all these different areas, because that's how it was first sold and described, that you would have like areas of brands and different IP areas and lands. And but the thing that really got me here is that he says like, we're not going to sell areas and stuff. Like, I thought the whole point was like to buy land and grow the VVverse and have more important parcels of land and that type of thing. So I don't know how that's going to work out exactly. The other thing he's starting to get into right before he paused it was that they don't expect you to be in there with thousands of people, but isn't that the whole point of the VVverse, to make it a social experiment, a social experience, to make it viral, like you mentioned earlier? I mean, how's it going to be viral if you're going somewhere and nobody's playing the game? Like, if it's not a game anymore and it's literally just for you to be able to take better pictures of your vault. And he says there, the vault is the most interactive thing on the app. It's the only thing on the app. What else are you going to interact with? The marketplace, okay, but the only function of the app is that there's a vault. And it might be that it's the most time on it because it takes forever to do anything in there.
Yeah, let's listen in a little bit further. Let's see we have him expand that thought.
Paris time, you're not going to be in there because you have your physical day-to-day work, you have your other things that you have to do at school or varsity. You're not all going to be there. What we don't want is users to go in to this space and they go, well, my friends are not there. After the fifth time you check out, they're not there, you decide to turn away. So the point was, we want to ensure one thing get built and we scale as we go and deliver. And one great news is that we are going to be adding more users on the beta test in Q4. Dan this morning have shared with me this will be open into a wider beta testing team, I think starting in a fortnight until end of this whole year. So there will be new users being added on, selected as we go. And
it's just after everything that's happened, like I've lost any kind of trust on any timeline that the executive team here gives. Like David, you saying Dan told me, right? Like he's kind of out of the loop on this whole thing. He doesn't really know himself. He just heard it from Dan that they're on track, which is a bit concerning to me because, you know, they've said this a million times and it's always just seems to be bad info.
It sounds like he was mentioning that he doesn't want it to be interactive at first because they don't want it to be empty. So I kind of understand where he's coming from with that point. At the end of the day, though, you're starting. I feel like it's like you start a project. It's like, you know, those people who have all these home projects and they always start one and then they never finish it. And you go there and it's like a bunch of unfinished home projects. So I feel like Veve is turning into, because they're like, okay, I'm going to make this fireplace. And then they start the fireplace and they're like, you know what? Actually, I don't want a fireplace. I want a shelf. And they start building a shelf and the shelf's not done. I feel like that's what we're getting. We don't know what we're getting here. We mentioned it on Danny the Bull stream. It's just that it's always changing. The plan is always changing. And it's good. It's one thing to pivot and have that base still the same. And you just like, okay, I wanted a white fireplace. Now I'm going to make a black fireplace. But you're completely changing the game and building something completely different every time that we're trying to figure out what to do. And not only that, like, okay, you mentioned you're going to let more people into the Veveverse beta, which you're not sharing anything with anybody. So those people who are in there have a huge advantage over everybody else in the market. They're buying things up in the marketplace. I mean, if you have the beta, maybe you shouldn't even have access to the marketplace at that point, because then there's almost like insider trading going on here, where you know exactly what's going to be popular because you can see exactly what's happening. Then you have the rest of the people who aren't even able to see pictures of this stuff and have to speculate and listen to whoever, if they have a friend in the Veveverse who's leaking stuff to them, who knows? But
unless there's no utility, right? Like, unless, okay, fine, maybe you have the ability to see a collectible looking nice, but maybe you're not concerned about that kind of stuff because the beta users don't even have access to any kind of utility. I think there's been some discussion about the potential of racing and things like this, but like, I don't know what's going on with the idea. Like, I don't know what is going on with the Veveverse. Why am I constantly confused when it comes to the roadmap? I have a white paper that's meaningless, that none of that even applies anymore. I have an OMI token that has no utility when it's supposed to have utility 2 years ago. And, you know, I don't forget, they've done this already. They gave us beautiful kind of, you know, a portal, an OMI token portal, did a big campaign to get the news out. They had these nice PowerPoints, slides made by Puddin' Cheese showing you all the different ways that you can burn OMI, and gone. All that's been removed. What's happening with the OMI token? Why am I still confused? Then the Veveverse, we thought we had this, like, we listened to AMAs, this whole plan for the Veveverse. They did a whole like presentation at DCon, and we did see the home. No, albeit they didn't present outside of the home. They just showed us the home. And now they're talking about how this isn't going to be just this open metaverse place. It's going to be just your own personal home for your friends to hang out with. And I know they're preparing for some kind of public areas, but it's just getting really confusing.
I think that's the biggest danger. The biggest danger with Veve has been that they allow this speculation to run rampant a lot, and then that's where the disappointment comes from, because people have big imaginations here, right? And I think one of the people actually who has done a great job at curbing those expectations has been Reese. We've had him on the channel a couple of times, and he's kind of like said, guys, relax. This is how it's going to be. These are how these assets are going to be. Don't expect anything more from them, because he doesn't want to see people come up with these wild speculations and then just get super burned at it, right? I mean, and I feel like that's happening all the time with Veve and a lot of things. And the Veveverse is one, and the OMI token is the other one that just completely are user speculation because nobody knows what the heck is happening.
Yeah, let's listen to another clip here.
Yep.
But missed out on the drop with the sound and the fire, with that crackling. You know, some people will keep that forever. We really want the collectible to go to people who will keep them. And unfortunate, with the macroeconomic, there will be people hurting in maybe their job or other circumstances. They come and sell. It does bother me sometimes on some of the prices that people are willing to let go. I mean, they're selling things below what they pay for. And those are indication there's either they are overcommitted in some other things, or they need to raise some fast cash to do something, to pay bills and other things. But majority of the users out there, if you look at where the floor price is, if you count the next 5 floor price edition goes, it does jump up to a new bracket of floor price, which is a lot higher. So because of that, we are not really, well, I guess we are being alerted, but we're not panicking, shall we say. It's not like you have a vast majority or 90% of that users are all dumping certain things because something else is happening. But in the bear market, you always going to get that.
Oh my God, that is something that really bothered me, actually, because I talked about this, and we both talked about this on Danny the Bull's stream. Like, I don't understand why David's even talking about this. You know, he shouldn't even be commenting on the marketplace in the way that he is. But let's just say you have a thin floor, and one person says, I'm just going to go ahead and buy up for collectibles, and I'm going to raise the price by 5x. We do market cap analysis all the time. Just because someone quickly goes and buys the floor, it doesn't mean that the new floor will hold the 5x price. because it's all relative to everything else in the market, and it's all market cap based. And people start making evaluations. They start making decisions saying, well, I could pay 5 times the price for this collectible that has the floor raise, but there's this other comparable collectible that I could also buy that I want just as bad for 5 times less of a price because that floor never got raised. So it's a constant balancing act. And what happens is if someone goes and buys up and runs up the price of the floor, people just list and bring the floor right back to where the natural market cap belongs.
You can't judge your market by what the price of the 5th from the floor item is, because you have a thing baked into your app that delists items after 30 days. So all these floors don't matter if they're not being sold, if things aren't buying. Put on the Veve app last time one sold and what the price was. Put that on the app on the marketplace, and then you'll see what happens. If you were to leave all these listings up, the market would tank even further. The whole thing of delisting is building fake expectations and fake FOMO, and something that you should be really, really careful reading into. If you see really big gaps, that could be that there was recently a delisting. Go look at any collectible 30 days after the drop, and you're going to see huge gaps because things are going to be all being delisted on the same day. You see massive gaps, and you're going to say, oh, look at that. If I buy this one, it's going to go up by 200. That's a huge trap. That's a poolside right there. So you guys got to be very careful when it comes to that. I'm very shocked that he even talked about that and said like, oh, this is showing that this is good signs of a market. It's not good signs of a market. We're in the bear market. People don't have the extra cash, and you guys are dropping drops every single day, adding and adding and adding to the marketplace and not taking anything away. There's hardly any burning events. Maybe you guys burn some things from the store that don't affect the liquidity because they're not in the market anyways. And it's just you keep adding and adding and adding. And what do you expect? People are selling below retail because they need gems to go for the next drop, because it's an addiction. It's a game right now. And that's the only thing to do right now. The only 2 things to do are go in the showroom on your mobile app and spend all your time there figuring it out. And the next thing to do is use the marketplace to flip to try and buy the next drop to make more money. If you get a secret rare, if you get a good mint, that's the only thing right now. And that is why the prices are going down. You can't say I want it to go to collectors because you're not doing anything for the collectors. There's no MCP. There's nothing implemented. I mean, you can have MCP and you get all these points and you can't do anything with them. So until there's a reason to hold, you're not going to see anything in that regard. And if you keep having these delisting events, you're going to have gaps. You're going to have gaps in the floor.
But that's exactly it, Joe. Like you don't have a reason to hold. So people are not selling for majorly under necessarily because they need cash.
The cash out.
I would actually say that probably the majority of people are just flipping because they want to just go for another drop and try to get the secret rare and make it, flip for some profit, right? And I'm not convinced that massive sales within the Veve market are a result of people needing money. I'm not saying it's zero, but I don't think it's the majority. You could argue that the macros prevent new users from coming in. People don't really have extra cash to go and enter something new, like an NFT space where, if you're into crypto, you're like, well, what is this? I don't even have the keys to this. Why would I buy these things? I don't even have true ownership. So there's a lot of problems. Like there's a lot of things that Veve has to deliver on for them to build consumer confidence. And I think that a lot of the people who've been here for a long time now are kind of seeing through the charades a bit. It's actually a bit disappointing to me seeing and hearing what David, you had to say in this interview. I just felt like he basically brought my expectations of the Veveverse down. I really thought this was going to be a little bit more of a social thing. It sounds like it's going to be a little bit more isolated and localized. I think that, this whole discussion about the market, like holding the stuff in the marketplace shows me that maybe he himself doesn't even really understand what's happening at the street level in the marketplace. Like how could he even make that comment knowing full well that with market cap and the relative pricing of all the collectibles, that's all going to come into balance. And then we didn't even talk about it. Then there's the whole OMI discussion. OMI, where does it even fit in all of this? It's just so many past promises. OMI token, Veveverse, MCP, all these promises. There's literally tweets out there saying this will be released in 2021. And it's now going to go into 2024. We're entering 2024. And some of these things have not been well developed to a point that you can even, in my opinion, say that they've been deployed. So I need concerns.
I think that if it went on for an hour and 40 minutes, is that how long it says there? And we pulled these two things out that were concerning and really nothing that was anything new. And in an hour and 40 minutes of a discussion, that's the concerning part for me. I mean, he's been on a couple interviews now, and it's just been nothing new in terms of expectation. And if anything, it's a little bit more concerning now after the fact. So I understand maybe why they're not doing community updates anymore. Like that just disappeared. We used to have monthly community updates. Now, first we used to have AMAs where people could ask questions. Then they took that away. Then there was just we're going to tell you what we want to tell you. And now it's just like we're not going to tell you anything anymore. We're going to let you figure it out. And let us know how that works for retaining users. Because I mean, if we're not able even to talk to the company or see what they want to, what the plan is, like what are we buying anymore?
They're not going to talk anymore because they can never deliver. They've literally proven only one thing: the inability to deliver over and over again. They go into AMAs, they're giving information, they're building expectations, they're building all this speculation, and they're not delivering.
Is that blog still up? The one that they were updating every 10 days? That's another thing. I wonder if anybody noticed. Is that still up? I got to double check it.
What?
Remember they were doing every 10 days. They were letting you know what the updates in the app were. And
that was ridiculous. Yeah, that's been that definitely. I don't know. Okay, I still see like monthly things once in a while here. Like, let's see what the last monthly one. Hold
Interoperability and OMI utility was June 13th.
Yeah.
The rollout feature January 19th. Here you go. That's the one. So let's see the bottom here. If they
I got a September 20.
September. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have been. That's good.
Well, September 27th is quite a long time ago, right?
No, October 28th. They did this. I'll show you.
Pull it up. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
There you go. So remember this thread here. This is a good place if you guys ever want to go check it out. Veve 2023 rollout process and release notes.
Okay.
And then you go down and it has little updates here. So August they gave a pretty detailed one. Push notifications, no longer sent, blah blah blah. Then minor fixes in performance. Minor fixes in performance. Minor fixes in performance.
Okay.
You get the point.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much substance in minor.
That's what I'm saying. We want to see something. Like just let us know something at least.
They're in a bit of a pickle, right? Like they've only been burned giving guidance. Yeah. They've only been burned giving AMA, and I think they're done with it. Unfortunately, guys, you have to take action. Actions louder than their words, and until we see action and delivery on these things, it's not even worth speculating at this point. Like I'm not even gonna speculate with the Veverse anymore because like it's completely not what I thought it was going to be. It's going to be a glorified. Like I had suspicions it was going to be a glorified.
I just hope phase one is not a year. It's like, you know how they're anticipating a quarter for each phase. Maybe once it actually does get out,
it might be a year for each phase.
Well, I hope not.
That puts us.
Let's see.
2027 gamification, right?
Yeah.
No, but seriously, is it that impossible to think that could even happen? Like I actually don't put that outside.
I think they're going to have to do something. There's going to be competition at some point. They gotta compete.
Every year there'll be more and more competition for sure. They may have to adapt again and maybe take a different direction than Cavernous. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, let us know your thoughts. We talked today a few of our ideas. We want to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification, get every single video every single day. We're always going to talk about all the most current news within the digital collectible space. Make sure you guys hit the bell. Also, Superstar VIPs, $2.99 a month, Starbucks, your name, messages, spreadsheets, giveaways, you name it, guys. Thank you all so much. Take care. We'll see you next one. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.